All right, getting ready to drive, and I am testing out my new action camera, see how it works at night. And I'm also have something called a Mic Mini. It's a DJI Action 5 camera with a Mic Mini, DJI Mic Mini mic.
Start en route to home.
Starting route to home.
Head northwest on Amondale Road.
It's been a beautiful day so far. Temperatures were around 70 degrees.
Go past this street, then turn right onto Amondale Way.
So I'm in Prince
Turn
George's
right onto Amondale Way.
County, Maryland, leaving the northernmost
In
part
half a mile, turn left onto Old Baltimore Pike.
and going south, almost the other part of Prince George's County, a place called Upper Marlboro. So I thought I'd test the camera, test the mic, and see what's going on. So far, looks good. Hopefully the sound is better with this external wireless mic. I decided to try to step my game up a little bit, see what it's made of. And I'm gonna...
At the next stop sign, turn left. At the stop sign, turn left onto Old Baltimore Pike. In 3.5 miles, keep right to merge onto I-95 South toward Richmond, Virginia.
So it says it's a good 30 minutes, a 30-minute drive. This wonderful Tuesday evening. So my settings on the camera is 4K. I have it set to 30 the speed, and I believe the 16:9, not the 4:3, but the 16:9 and 4K. But I'm wondering if on the super night it might knock it down to 2K. I have to look at the specs again. But that's what my automatic I usually go with that because of versatility. Some people like to go 4K 24 to get that cinematic feel, that motion blur, but I prefer 30. Get a little more frames per second in, and to me it looks a little smoother. For what I've been reading, if you ever want to do something in slow motion, you want to bump it up to at least 60. That gives you more versatility to put speed. But I think my sweet spot is probably going to be 30. I'll leave it at 30. And that's what I'll download it at or upload it using 30. There's a big discussion online about, should I use 24? Should I use 30? Should I use 60? And there's some real purists out there. I say use whatever you feel comfortable with. Some people say they like 24 because that's what your eye is naturally used to, because you're used to watching movies in 24. And back in the day, they used 24 because they used film, and they used less film with less, that was the lowest amount of speed they could use where things weren't glitching or filtering. So they used it for economical reasons. Nowadays, without the film, you could go 60. Some people film at 120. But some people are saying that now without that limitation, some people like filming at 60 because they say that it looks real. It looks like it's just happening. Some people don't like it because they say it gives them the effect of a soap opera, so they don't, or a home video. So they don't really like 60 because of that. Some people who are gamers, 60, if you're using it for gaming, I think that's probably would work out, because you really don't want blur or motion blur if you're gaming. You don't want any glitches. You want things to react to what they see. Even a human eye is probably more suited for 24. If you take your hand and you do that, you see a blur. But at 60 or maybe 120, maybe you don't see the blur. Maybe you just see the hand going, and it almost looks like it's not real, like it's AI or something. And maybe that's what they are saying, that 60 just has a fake look to it, whereas 24
In 1 mile,
is good.
keep right to merge onto I-95 South toward Richmond, Virginia.
So those are some of the things that, as you start playing around with this as a hobby, or if you're serious about it, some of the things you have to take into consideration. The thing I like about this camera is the versatility. It lets you do whatever pretty much you want to do, at least for me. And it's very small. The camera is very small. I have it mounted on a necklace mount as I'm driving, and I find that very comfortable. It's not weighing me down or anything, but it's heavy enough to where I don't need a strap or anything to hold it down. I also use it when I'm walking my dog Zuri. Just put the necklace mount on and walk outside. I'm going to try to use, there's a stick that came with the bundle I got that I'm going to try, because it lets you extend it a little further out. It's like a larger selfie stick. And I like the effect that it has when people are walking and doing that, using that. So between the necklace and that will probably be my
Use the right lane to keep right to merge onto I-95 South toward Richmond, Virginia.
I'll probably use that in tandem with each other as when I'm getting out. I also, I like to play the bass guitar, so I like to use I have a tripod that I purchased that fits perfectly, and I got a light for that. So with the external mic and the light and this camera, I'm going to be posting a lot more just content be
In about
practicing the
9.5
bass.
miles, take exit 13 onto Ritchie, Marlboro Road toward Upper Marlboro.
So I'll be practicing and things like that. The only thing is I have to get the hang of YouTube. There's some things you can't play because it's copyrighted music, is what, of course I like to play, but I don't want to get a copyright hit, and I don't want to get in any trouble and lose my channel or anything like that. So I'm still navigating, trying to learn how to make my channel more viewable. And again, it's just something I do something I enjoy doing, basically. At least this time of the evening is not as bad as trying to drive during rush hour, where things are pretty much stop and go. And rush hours in the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, they're pretty bad. It takes a lot of getting used to knowing when to leave. That can be the difference between a 45-minute ride being 2 hours. Who's got time for that? So knowing where to go and what time to leave is very important. And then people start losing their minds because they're trying to get somewhere on time, and I'm like, man, you know what time it is. You should have left a lot earlier if you wanted to avoid that being late. So there's really no excuse. You gotta know what times are best for you to leave, and so you can be to where you need to be when you need to be there. But right now, it's a pretty good time. It's not much traffic out, and the traffic that is out is moving at a good pace. So I'm excited, interested to see how my camera is going to capture the video of what I'm doing. And I'm also excited to find how this mic works out. So let me know what your setup is, if you're a vlogger or if you a content creator. What kind of equipment do you use? I just told you mine. I just got this new DJI Osmo Action 5 camera. It's sort of like a GoPro, but it's a different brand. And I looked at the specs between the two, and apparently it's got more up-to-date chip that allows, it's more modern than the GoPro. And then I'd heard issues about the GoPro freezing, people losing content, and it overheating. So I don't know if that was an earlier versions, because I was looking between this and the GoPro 13. I was actually looking at the GoPro 13 first, and then it's funny because this video did what it was supposed to do. I was on YouTube looking at reviews, and it said, "Are you thinking about getting a GoPro 13? If so, don't. And here's why." And the young man went over all the specs, and I was like, okay, this makes sense, And the little bit of knowledge I had about photography and the different things that
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
that go into play with it, I said, hey, why wouldn't I go with the Action 5? Why wouldn't I give it a go? Especially when I've heard some issues with some people having issues with their GoPros. So I did it, and I got it a couple of days over the weekend, and I have to say that so far I'm very satisfied with it. You know, it seems like it gives you a lot of options, and of course all these third-party retailers have things that they can use to get your money, but I think I got a good package with the batteries, and it was called the Adventure package. So it came with 3 batteries and a battery charger and a nice walking stick. Not walking stick, a nice selfie stick that extends way out pretty far. So I haven't used that stick yet, but I have used, of course, the batteries, and I like that setup.
In 4.2 miles, turn right onto White House Road.
So, almost home. As soon as I get to White House Road, I'll be close to the landfill and right around the corner from where I live. So, and I would usually play music on the radio, but I haven't figured out on YouTube if I would get a copyright hit because I'm playing music in the background, because I think that would be cool. But then I thought about it. I said, I wonder if I get a copyright hit, even though I'm listening to a radio, satellite radio, channel 51 is what I normally listen to. And, their programming, can you stream that? Maybe I'll ask somebody, because it's not like I'm actually playing the music. The music is playing in the background, and my video is not focusing on the music. It's listening to it, but the video is more along the lines of, what I'm getting out of the equipment that I'm using, or whatever, content that I'm trying to put out there. So that's something interesting. Maybe I'll shoot a email to YouTube or somebody, or maybe somebody on here could help me, with that. Because I try to post other videos, and whenever there's other music, copyrighted music, I get a little nervous because I think once you get 3 hits, they can take your whole station, your channel. So nobody wants to go through that and have to rebuild and start over again, But if I did it now, it wouldn't be too bad because so far I only have like 9 subscribers. And that's why I'm trying to step up my game and find out what I'm doing wrong. I've been putting content out about creating movies. Not creating movies, but actually reviewing movies. So I have a couple of movie reviews. One thing I did notice is a content creator was talking about the settings that you can only find using the laptop, and I usually use my iPhone. But it was very helpful because what she said was, you go to settings, you go to channel, and you put in where you are, and then you put in keywords so YouTube knows who to push your content out to. And you could even use other sites that are pretty famous or big and just put that in the keywords on the channel. And that helps with the algorithm, because probably what was happening is when I was creating my video and all that kind of stuff and my reviews and sending it out, YouTube didn't know who to push it out to because I had not told it. So that's a setting that I just changed the other night. So I'm interested to see if that will get me more, not just viewers, but more subscribers, because with YouTube, that's kind of the name of the game when you're trying to get monetized. So that's what I'm trying to do. So if anybody has any tips or anything, please drop a note in the comments or a link or whatever, and I'll definitely appreciate it. Thanking you in advance. So here we go. I got over in this lane, and I probably don't need to be in this lane.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
Now you tell me.
Speed limit camera ahead.
Okie dokie, Smokey. Also, another question I have is about you. If I did like a YouTube live and there's copyrighted music played somewhere, you know, does that count as a live, or does it only count if it's recorded and I play it? I mean, if I record it. That's one of the questions, or posted, I mean. So I'll do some more research and try to find out what the rules to the game is, or are. Here we are.
At the next light, turn right. At the light, turn right onto White House Road. In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Brown Station Road. At the next light, turn left. At the light, turn left onto Brown Station Road. In 4.2 miles, turn left onto John Rogers Boulevard.